Hey everybody, Phantom Shadow here, and welcome back to more Root Film. Let's continue. They head to Yonotsu Ibitsu Shrine. The shrine dates back to the Muromachi period. Its raised floor gives it a unique silhouette. It's a pretty compact shrine, but it's got a pretty interesting shape. It's kind of picturesque. I like to use it somewhere in our TV drama. Yeah, it feels like it's been ages since I've heard you say something location scouty. You're right. Kinda feels like we keep forgetting our original goal. Please pull yourself together. It's fine and dandy to investigate the case, but we gotta eat, Gotta earn enough money to pay my bonus, Director. Okay. As Yagumo reflects on Megari's sound argument, Minagishi and the others come down the stairs. What are you all doing here? We heard from Toriyama that you went here to apologize to Abisu. Yeah, we're a little superstitious, but honestly, it's mostly for a change of pace. Change of pace? Yeah, we're a little worn out from the incident and days of police interviews, so we thought we'd take a walk and get some fresh air. I guess you really have a lot on your mind as leader, huh? Well, it's pretty much all I can do for now. Hey Yugo, there's something I want to ask. What's up? You said that you didn't ask for smoke to turn out the way it did, right? We talked with Toriyama just now, and apparently the usual smoke candles were switched out. Got any idea what happened there? Oh, that... Tomine furrows his eyebrows at Yagumo's question. Yagumo finds the reaction odd, but before he can say anything, Minagishi interjects. You see, that little thing about the smoke candles has strained the atmosphere in the troop. What do you mean by that? While the community center is open, the only non-troop members allowed are the kids. From the moment we got here, there were several troop members in that room at all times. So if somebody switched out the smoke candles, it had to be a troop member, casting suspicion on all of us. I see, so everyone's suspecting someone? Well, nobody's saying anything like that, it's a very tense atmosphere. Okay, let's get one thing clear though. Toriyama's in charge of props, right? You sure everyone's not at least subconsciously suspecting her to be behind the switched candles? All three of them fall silent. Their silence speaks louder than words. Honestly, we know it's likely a troop member's involved in the incident, but if anyone says it, it immediately becomes a whodunit. It's unproductive for us non-police people to start bickering and pointing fingers, isn't it? Yeah, it won't accomplish anything but the destruction of relationships. That's why everyone kept quiet. We figured just leave it to the police. Yeah, I think that's the right decision. You say so, Max. That's a relief. Yagumo speaks up to the slightly pale-faced Hina Shiraishi. Mind if I ask a question? What is it? I was just curious, but how did Sakurai know that shaman? Hard to see what they have in common. I don't know either. You don't know? Not even how they met? No, he wouldn't talk about it at all. All he said was that he was threatening him. I see. Seriously, how and where did Sakurai meet the shaman? Yagumo opens his mouth to talk. She's letting out an aura that she doesn't want to talk, so he swallows his words. Well, her boyfriend just died, so I should avoid talking to her unless I got some serious business with her. I guess we're coming back here later. The police inspection is still ongoing at Tatsunome Shrine. Hibiya is standing in front of the police tape, looking around, concerned for some reason. Looks like they're inspecting the shrine building and the area around it. Are they looking for the murder weapon? The culprit may have dropped the gun and run. You think so? I'd assume you'd hide the gun and take it with you. Well, yes, normally that would be the case, but... The shrine building is taped off. I'd like to look inside, but it doesn't look like that's gonna happen right now. Hibiya. When he hears his name, he smiles and approaches. Hello, everybody. You seem to be looking at the shrine building. Got any business here? Not business per se, just remembered something, so I thought to report it to the police. You remembered something? What was it? Well, it's pretty trivial, but I'm not sure if I should even report it. Don't worry, you can run it by us first. If it's hard to tell the police, it should be easy to tell us, right? Good point. Let me run it by you then. You see, it happened after the man was shot. I heard several gunshot-like sounds in the smoke, so I tried to run away. So did we. Everyone was in a panic. Yeah, so at the time I heard a bang underfoot. It was that gunshot sound again. It did come from the floor. Probably. There are gunshots by Hibiya's feet. Underfoot, so it came from down below. Not just from down below, literally under my feet. That's what it sounded like, at least. I see. So, now that you mention it, it did sound like there was gunshots scattered down low. Yeah, I heard the same thing. So, does that mean the culprit was shooting the gun while lying on the floor? I don't know. Everyone stood up in a panic, so if they were on the ground, they'd get stepped on. What do you think? Is it worth reporting? I think it's definitely worth reporting. You think so? In that case, I'll go to that officer over there. Hibiya gladly thanks them and trots off. Yagumo calls out who has finished talking with the police. How did they respond? The officer listened and thanked me. Not sure if my tip will really help the case, but I'm glad to help out any way I can. Hibiya smiles, perhaps a little excited at the unexpected new experience in his boring days. The summer sun shines down calmly in front of Matsuya. Sure is a great place for location scouting. But why do we get caught up in this mess everywhere we go? The community center is almost empty, save for the troop members like Toriyama. It's already a weekday and people gotta work, I guess. Don't tell Hina I talked about her boyfriend. Wouldn't want things to get awkward between us. Don't worry, we protect the confidentiality of our sources. Like a detective or private investigator? True, sounded a bit pretentious, but we'll keep it a secret, seriously. Please do. Detective Keishino is alone in the room. He's rubbing the back of his head, seemingly concerned about something. Did something happen to your head? I'm not sure what happened, but I woke up with a bump. For some reason, I was sleeping against the wall and Misawa's gone. Did something happen? The impact of Misawa's dropkick seems to have caused some memory loss. Everyone decides it's best not to say anything. Minagishi and the other troop members walk around the shrine, basking in the sunlight. Let me get one thing clear, huh? Toriyama's in charge of props, which includes stocking the smoke candles, right? Well, doesn't necessarily mean she's the one that switched them out, but yes. She's in charge of all other stage-related matters, too. Yeah, that's how our roles were divided. You bought the candles, right, Shiraishi? Yeah. Shiraishi brought the candles for the Ibisu. Well, the candles are only used for Ibisu, so someone buys them each time, but Toriyama's in charge of all other props. I see. That said, she went all the way to the shop to check on the smoke candle anomaly. I doubt the one who pulled off the switcheroo would go to all that trouble, but... So, what do you think? Is it possible Toriyama's the one that switched out the candles? Well, I'd say no. She loves Iwami Kagura, so she wouldn't ruin it like this. I see. If you can vouch for her as leader, then I think so too. There's no doubt about it. We know it's likely a troop members involved with the incident, but I've already read that. Oh. The sun's setting already, huh? Yagumo stops in the middle of the path and looks up to the orange sky. Seems like the more we look into this case, the less sense it makes. Yeah, I figured out one person who got something to hide. Huh? You mean like the culprit? Probably not, but in any case, we need to get the truth out of her. You can't complete a puzzle with a wrong piece. Her? So it's a woman we're after? Yeah. Anyway, let's call her up and see if we can get her to talk. Yagumo takes out his phone and calls someone. But who could it be? The others wait with bated breath. Yagumo Part 3, The Solution. In a room in the Matsuya Inn, Studio Yagumo already gathered as they wait for the time they agreed on the phone. You think she'll come? I told Tomine to pass the message. Since he hasn't said anything after that, she might have agreed. Hopefully that's the case, but do you think she'll tell the truth? We have to try and get her to talk. That said, we have to remember she's just one girl who's not even the culprit. We don't want to scare. A knock on the door interrupts Yagumo. Seems their visitor has arrived. When Yagumo beckons her into the room, in comes... Pardon the intrusion. Ina Shiraishi, flute player in the troupe's orchestra. She looks uncomfortable, adjusting her posture over and over, so Yagumo talks to her calmly. Sorry for calling you here at night. It's okay. Tomine told me you had something to talk to me about. Right. Though, to be more accurate, it's something we want you to talk to us about. You want me to talk? Yeah, about the truth you're hiding. A sharp light flashes in Yagumo's eyes, signaling the start of his interrogation. What exactly I'm hiding? First, why don't we look back to the day of the incident, specifically to the moments following the sound of the first gunshot and Sakurai falling. Thick smoke made things hard to see and the crowd panicked. Even more gunshots were heard, correct? Yes. But doesn't that seem strange? If the goal was to murder Sakurai, there's no point to keep shooting. Maybe the shooter tried to shoot him more, to make sure he was dead or something. No, you see, Yugen-sai said Toru would be burned by hellfire. The smoke candle wasn't the only one sold at the shop. Many tourists tested positive for gunshot residue. The goal was to murder Sakurai. There's no point to keep shooting. Hellfire? Sakurai was threatened by a shaman who said he'd be burned by hellfire, right? Yeah. Strange, isn't it? He'd be burned by hellfire, but what took his life was a bullet. What a sham of a shaman. True, I do find that strange, but what does that have to do with all the gunshots heard that night? Huh? You were talking about how strange it was, how many gunshots there were. Oh. Nope. Many tourists tested positive for gunshot residue. If you think of that as a trail for the gunshots, the shooter would have had to move while shooting. If they wanted to keep shooting at Sakurai's body, they could have just stayed put for more accuracy. And if they shot close enough to that many people to get all those positive gunshot residue tests, someone could have seen them even in the smoke. And yet, nobody's come forward saying they have. Don't you find that odd? I don't really understand. I've never even heard about gunshot residue. I see. Let me point out something else that was strange. We heard gunshot-like sounds that night, but... Sakurai was afraid of people who were after him. The body looked like human combustion. There were gunshots by Hibiya's feet. Well, if we're going off the gunshots thing, then probably this. Someone testified they heard gunshots by his feet. By his feet, meaning down at the ground. That's an odd place to hear gunshots from, right? While everyone was running around in a panic, the culprit was shooting while lying down. In that position, they'd get trampled. Even if they shot that many bullets in the smoke, you'd expect other people to get injured, but there wasn't a single one. I don't understand. What are you asking me about what position the culprit was in? Because it's important. I came up with a theory to logically explain all the contradictory evidence. Theory? Yes, it all hinges on Abisu, the performance just before the incident. You suddenly gone pale, Shiraishi. You feeling okay? I'm okay. Then let's continue. You're directly connected to the performance of Abisu because Shiraishi was depressed after the incident and went to the shrine. The smoke candle wasn't the one sold at the shop. Shiraishi bought the candles used for Abisu. Probably this. You're the one who supplied the candies used for the Abisu performance, weren't you? Candies traditionally is scattered, and you were tasked with providing them. What did the audience members do with the candies they received that night? Some of them pocketed them immediately, but many others placed them at their feet so they wouldn't miss the performance. Now what if some of those weren't candies at all, but firecrackers and candy wrappers? During the panic, the audience abandoned their candy and ran for safety. When firecrackers got trampled underfoot, they exploded and sounded like gunshots, thus explaining both the gunshots heard down low and all the positive gunshot residue tests. I got a reason for that. You do, don't you? After all, it was your boyfriend Sakurai who asked you to. As for why he'd do such a thing, the shrine body looked like human combustion. Toru Sakurai used the alias Ichiro Kumashiro. Yugensai told Toru that he'd be burned alive. Sakurai was afraid of people who are after him. Probably this. Right, Sakurai either betrayed or was betrayed by his partner in crime, so they were after him. Just guessing here, but are you sure he didn't fake his death to escape his pursuers? That's just my speculation, which is why I need you to tell us the truth. Shiraishi, are you willing to tell us the truth now? I don't know. I don't know why it all happened. Calm down. First of all, you know how you said he was afraid of the shaman? That was a lie, wasn't it? I'm sorry, he told me to say that. He told me to say that if anyone asked. Yeah, so he meant to fake his own death then. That, I don't know. Honest, I was only told to switch the candies with firecrackers. That way he'd be saved. And yet, he still died. Like, actually legitimately died. Is that all he told you? He didn't suggest that he'd be shot? Not at all. That's really all I know. So I have no idea what he's planning to do. I see. Yagumo looks up at the ceiling and sighs. While one truth has been revealed, the mystery as a whole has only gotten deeper. As he sighs, he spits out a feeling of futility. Yagumo Part 3 Epilogue. Early next morning, Studio Yagumo gathers by Matsuya entrance, ready to depart. Hitoa, Magari, and Yagumo are already there, waiting for Kanade to finish using the bathroom. Yagumo hears an email notification and quickly takes out his phone. He opens up the app to see, "Let's meet up." From Yugen-sai Kumashiro. Dear Max Yagumo, I see you finally believe in me. Quite pleased. Seems the time has come for you to meet me face to face. Please come to Kuni Yuzuri Beach tomorrow at 9. I shall tell you everything I know from the project 10 years ago. You're finally gonna show your face, huh? You damn sham shaman. Tomorrow, that smug face of yours is gonna beg for mercy. Director? Director. Director. What's up, Magari? Don't what's up me. Kanade's here. We're all here now. Right, let's get going then. Yagumo starts walking with his team, and then two men block their path. Detectives? For some reason, the detectives stay silent with unusually serious looks on their faces. Unable to hide her disturbance, Magari speaks up. What's wrong, you two? You look oddly serious. Did something happen? Well, we got something important to discuss with Yagumo anyway. Me? What happened? We found the weapon used in Sakurai's murder, a 3D printed gun that was tossed in a thicket. 3D printed gun? That's a pretty modern murder weapon. So we quickly investigated it and it matches the rifling marks on the bullet lodged in the body. But more importantly, there are fingerprints on the grip. On the grip? Yeah, we identified them as your fingerprints. What? Wait. We got your fingerprints during the Suwano case, remember? They're a perfect match. Wait a second, that's impossible. You sure there's not some sort of mistake? Yeah, if the director was the culprit, then what about my bonus? Who cares about your bonus? Anyway, I'm not the culprit. Right, that can't possibly be. Yagumo, before the incident, you argued with the victim at the hand-washing station, right? Several tourists witnessed your argument. You tested positive for gunshot residue, and your fingerprints are on the murder weapon. That's plain enough to cast suspicion on you. Well, we can talk in detail at the station. As of now, you're no longer a person of interest, you're a suspect. Right now, you can come willingly, or if we get a warrant, we can get a warrant if you want. Okay, I'll cooperate. Director. It's okay, I'm innocent, so it'll be fine. I'll go with them for now. Thanks for understanding. Shall we go? Hold on a second. This isn't gonna end anytime today, is it? Let me get dressed and grab my toiletries. Misawa, that sounds reasonable. Okay, 5 minutes. You got 5 minutes. I'll make it quick. Director? Hitoa, Magari, and Kanade express concern, and they're each their own way as Yagumo goes up to the room. Sure is taking his time. Misawa looks at his watch in frustration. Almost 10 minutes have already passed since Yagumo went up to the second floor. Hey Keishino, go check up on him. I don't care if he's stalling for time, drag him out. Yes, sir. Keishino quickly trots up the stairs. Just a few moments later, he nearly tumbles back down. Oh no. What happened? He's gone. What? He ran out the second-story window. Huh? Not just Misawa, but everyone present screams in surprise. But their shouts fade into the clear blue sky. Alright. That was Yagumo Case 3. I was not expecting the victim to fake his own death. Unless that's not what they said.
紡ぎ出す言葉はもう遥か遠く水面はよらめいて
Oh, the gunshots were fake, not the burning part. Alright, so next time we'll continue to case 4. Thanks for watching and see you all then. Bye.